broadcast. Doggo walking by. Let's see. No, not a, no. Create a post. Add a photo. One of these days I'll have this a little more sorted out than I normally do. But, you know, here we are. We'll get into this shortly. That's weird. Ooh, stuff. Share. Come on, go down. Publish. Let me take a few minutes. That's okay. Then get some people there. Puddle of cheese, man. How's it going? Well, it's funny. You're commenting, but that doesn't show you actually have a user count. It's so weird. That's YouTube for you. There's weird stuff. Weird counts, which is... You ever think something like, you know, people being on your chat would be an easy thing to find? Coffee o'clock, man. I picked up some new stuff today. Did a little bit of shopping. And I thought we'd just, you know, do a live stream while I'm trying to set it up and show everybody some of the cool stuff I picked up. All the cool things. I got this sweater, this pockets. I'll put stuff in it and it just makes me kind of look like, you know, way bigger than I actually am. Not that I'm a skinny guy, but one of the things I got, I saw this a while ago and I liked it because it's small, compact. It is, I'll try that again. It's a carbon monoxide detector. So, because I got propane set up, and for a heater and for cooking, a carbon monoxide was kind of critical for being inside a vehicle. But yeah, I like because it was small. The other ones were bigger and white, and they do have batteries. But this is a rechargeable battery. There's a little USB port on the end, and it will detect. Right now, it's saying, oh well, temperature's off because it was in my pocket, so it's right against my body. So that's not right. So the relative humidity is going to drop a little bit. Well, up here we've got 13.8 degrees and 40%. Now, we know that's not exactly perfect, but these are okay. The 13 to 8 degrees is closer to real. 40% seems weird, but I think because I'm just close to it. This is saying 25%, but at 28.3 degrees is, well, obviously inside my pocket, right against my body. Hey, Kyle's #1 fan. How's it going? But this is so neat, and I like it. Conveniently matches the color of the vehicle, orange for orange. That's all right by me. But when I first saw this, I'm going, that's pretty cool. So I thought I would just, I was like, okay, I'll put on my saves list. On all my descriptions, I have my Amazon list, and I put a bunch of stuff that I'm eventually going to get, like this. Then when I was finally ready to buy it, I went there and it says, "Hey, thanks for the braids. Yeah, they're fun. A little bit of work to do in the morning." But when I went to go and buy it, it says unavailable and not sure when it'll be back in stock. Now I have to try and find another one because I don't know. I've never really seen anyone come back. So then, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, I went to look and it was in stock. I'm just grabbing that right now. I wasn't going to grab anything else, and then I went to grab everything else. So yeah, really, you know, convenient. It comes with the little lanyard to hang it in. The lanyard because it's really, if I can hold on to this weird little clip so I can clip it on something. And my watch decided to somehow picked up the Apple Digital Assistant name and went to do a search. So this is really kind of cool. Humidity, battery, and not quite sure what the flying saucer little icon is again, but it's green, so you know it's going to say 0 until it detects something. So I'll definitely be using that a lot more when I'm, you know, camping in here and heat running in here and whatnot. So that'd be kind of cool. Hey, thanks. Yeah, these are actually Ray-Bans. Got them a while ago. Um, Decided when I needed to replace my glasses, probably about, well, when was the pandemic? Because I was working for the government. But 2021, I got them. I said, I'm going to spend a little bit of money. Now, the benefits covered a good chunk of the cost of these, but I decided to do that. And I've actually got Armani Exchange driving tinted glasses. So these ones are transitions, but I need to replace them. So is it not transitions? Those transitions are the ones that shift in UV light. The other ones, I always get those names confused, where they just shift. So I got them, but these need to be replaced now. My prescription has changed, and I don't know if it got better or worse. It's weird. It's been getting better over the last bunch of changes, so we'll see. But I'm keeping the frames because they're just really cool. I like them. So I've got the CO2, the CO monitor, not CO2. So carbon monoxide, not dioxide. I've only got. You're talking about this? I've only got the one. Or you're talking about the braids, the beads and the braids. That's different. So I've got one earring, and I got years ago. I decided, you know what? If I'm going to get my ears pierced, I wanted to find a cool earring, something that was not gaudy or whatnot, but something classy, but so representative of some of the stuff that I like. So I was actually living in South Korea at the time, and I saw an earring, and it's I don't know how well we'll be able to see. It's gold with like a black, and that's a dragon's head in there. And they only had one, and I was only going to get one ear pierced because this one's not done. So I said, okay, no, that's the one. I got it. And when did you get to my ear pierced? Okay, so I kind of had an idea that there was this little gun that would just kind of punch your ear type of deal. So I go in to the place. I was with a friend, one of my Korean friends. She's with me, and say I want to get my ear pierced. So they grab my ear and they pinch it really hard. I'm going, oh, that kind of hurts, but whatever. I guess maybe that just makes it less painful for when they use the gun. And then they didn't use this one initially. They used a stud, a little fake diamond gold plated stud or whatever. I actually still found that recently. And then they got that and just poked it through the ear. they were so that didn't hurt because she had pinched and dumbed the nerve down, but I felt it felt weird to hear this like you feel a punch through the skin. It was like, wait, that was it? And then they put the backing on, and there you go. I forget, it wasn't that much money. I was like, that was my ear pierce. Like they used this stud to poke through the skin of my ear. It was so bizarre. And then, of course, I got a little infected because of that, so I had some cleaning and whatnot. But after a while, it's fine. But yeah, getting your ear pierced in South Korea was a moment for sure. I did also get a tattoo when I down in South Korea. I'll have to do a video on that because I don't have a handy picture, and well, it's on my leg, on the outside of my leg, and I'm not taking my pants off because I might get banned from YouTube for that one. Even if I'm not showing anything, it's on the leg, so it's on the outside of my leg. I don't know that I have it anywhere useful that I can get it in reasonable time, but I'll do that in another video. So subscribe to find out, watch out for later. But that was had some interesting experience. But with the tattoo, it's not a small tattoo. I was estimating, I think it took about 18 hours all told. And not all at once, because they can't do something that big. There are two colors in it, black and red. I get to use the line, I went into Seoul on Friday night and took my pants off and had some woman give me pain. So yeah, there's a line you don't get to use very often, but it was funny. But yeah, you can only go once every 4 or 5 weeks. Because you're beating on your skin, so at some point your body just starts swelling up and going, oh, that's enough of that, and then you're done for the session. So and it was about 3 to 4 hours per session, thereabouts, and then you have to wait till it heals and calms down, and you go back and do it all over again. But it's funny, interesting thing about tattoos, and totally off topic of starting this whole live stream, but you know, there are different parts of your body have different pain thresholds in general. Like underneath the arm is one of the most painful places to get, but on top of the arm not as much. And that was the same for the leg. So I have another tattoo on my arm. I got that a long time ago, 2007. And the one on my leg I got in 2014, so 10 years ago now. And generally the pain is supposed to be about the same as level as your arm, but I found that it was actually more painful than my arm, and then I realized what that was. So one of the mitigators of pain when you're getting a tattoo is fat. So my arms, there's a thicker layer of fat on the outside of my arms, but my legs are very muscular. So the needle was much closer to the muscle. So yeah, that one hurt a lot more. I had to take a break, especially in the beginning, where she couldn't finish. I was like, I just need a break because that's just a lot of pain. I just stopped for a second. You know, I get she didn't want to stop, but it just what it is. I mean, that strip is a lot of pain. It's just my someone I don't need to talk to at the moment. I'm not allowed to mention their name on YouTube anymore, but I will just send him a message and just say I can't chat right now. Let's see, doing a live stream. Important. I mean, if it's something important, I'll have to just end the live stream and talk to this particular person. But anyways, so yeah, that was my ear piercing and tattoo experience in South Korea. Definitely experience. Kept wondering, you know, what the sound was. I got my window open a little bit so it doesn't, you know, get too humid in here, too moist in here. But I'm hearing a sound, and it sounds like a tss. Okay. All right. So but it's just the wind just blowing the leaves around in here. Some of the leaves and dirt. For a second, I thought it was my coffee, because I don't know why I should need to put on do not disturb. There we go. So coffee o'clock, everyone. So I thought the coffee, hot coffee, you know, leaking out through the seals, which would have sucked because this is, you know, pretty good. Well, the boba, not sponsored, just happen to have it. This is a nice mug, does well, useful. So maybe I should probably get back into why I started this whole live stream. But of course, when you're in a relatively small vehicle, you have to make adjustments for space. So you got to move one thing to do another. So I don't know if you guys all saw the, well, you probably all saw the little thumbnail. This is one of the things that I bought. Well, as a matter of fact, it came as a pack of 3. There's just the LED bulbs, brighter and blinking. So bright, dimmer, strobe, and they hang up. And they just take the really kind of bizarre style, almost an old style. They do take 3 AAA batteries, but it's in this little carriage style. So that means this is 4.5 volts. So, because I like playing around with stuff and making things more efficient, at 4.5 volts, that's basically your 5 volt range. And you know what puts out 5 volts? Rechargeable battery packs. So I mean, I can get rechargeable batteries, but if I gotta get, you know, multiple, you know, so it's 3, 6, 9, like that's the batteries themselves aren't cheap anymore. I mean, you can get cheaper chargeables, but what's the point? But I would actually get a 4.5 volt, or find something that fits inside. No, it's gonna be like this, and that does about 4.5 to 5 volts, maybe upwards of 6. And but it still has to use these contacts, because on the inside that's where the contacts go. So I'd rather make this rechargeable. Then I don't have to worry about buying batteries. Because why would I want to keep buying batteries? That's just irritating. But static cling when you're trying to get rid of it. So these are nothing fancy. These are cheap batteries. These can come with these are the nickel metal hydride, but it's actually funny because they now actually say 0.00% mercury. And it might be a little backward for you guys, but yeah, maybe better. I don't know. Zero Dark, you know it's a quality brand when, but it is kind of appropriate for the use that they're using. Zero Dark, and you got therefore lights, so you give them points for being somewhat matching, anyways. Making sure it's going in right. Alright. I'd seen something like these before. I mean, these were just, I was at Princess Auto. That's Canada's equivalent of Harbor Freight, if you're in the US. And they've been around for a long time, 1934 or 31 or whatever. And a friend of mine, Odyssey Camper. Shout out if you're watching, dude. Alright, that one works. So he had seen these, not these specific ones, but something like them, and said they're really handy, and I can see why. Now they will have to be hung. We'll get to that in a moment. But LEDs that take very little power, and get a rechargeable version of these. I'll find some sort of way to find a rechargeable. I've been on a bit of a power kick. Literally power. And again, that's something else we'll get to in a moment. But trying to be as self-sustaining as possible for when you're out camping. You don't want to be relying on, oh great, now I have to go to the store to get batteries. So if you can take care of everything using rechargeable batteries, solar, and and the like, then all the better. But for now, these will work. I won't hold my breath on how long they'll last, but really, they're LEDs, so not like it's going to be a lot of power anyway, so these should last an okay amount of time. And we'll just see if they last into the springtime, because I don't know, I might try to do some winter camping. I've been toying with that idea. I mean, I've got heat, and again, we'll get a little bit more into that too. I'm going to actually do a whole separate video on the heating system I have, because it's worth its own video. And there's a lot to it. Heating and cooking. Obviously, these are finicky just to kind of start. I don't know. All right, those are all working. $7.91 plus tax, so $8. We'll just call it. I figure I saw those, and I wasn't planning on buying them, but like for $8, I'm not going to complain over that. So that'll be useful. Let's see, the next thing I got. Now I know being inside a small confined space, and especially if I'm running a propane heater, small hint, you generate a lot of moisture, so you need air movement around. Now I do have a rechargeable desk fan, which is kind of came with the propane heater when I bought it, and it was used. And I set that on my dash and let that run, and that's super handy. But unless you get into some of the big vehicles with lots of power, and then you can run air conditioning units, which are really power hungry, what are you going to do in the summertime? Fans. So I still have that one rechargeable fan, which works. When I set on the dash, it keeps air moving, so it keeps the moisture from building up. Then I got this brand name, Zero Dark. It's a fan and a light. I figure, wow, what kind of quality is this going to be? Because it was $8. $8. I figure, well, let's see what this is like. And I had an open package, so I just took a look at it and go, you know what? For $8, this is worth it. I've seen some of the ones that are in some of these little more professional van builds, and they're like, it's a couple $100. It's like, it's a fan. And yes, you got this nice swivel mount and moves and rotates and does all kinds of stuff, but like, it's a fan. The convenience of just simply having it rotate should not justify charging an extra $80, $90 for a fan. I mean, $8. Like, seriously, how can it be, I mean, I get that trying to make some money, but that's a little overkill. You got money to throw at projects. I mean, you're buying a Sprinter, you're getting it all decked out, you're starting to push, you know, $200,000 with a fully decked out Sprinter. You know, I guess you're fine just throwing, you know, a couple $100 at a fan or two. I mean, they're nice and they're convenient, but like, $8, man. I got a Honda Element. It's not a $200,000 vehicle. Certainly won't ever have a setup like that. And that's how it hangs. As I like. Now, the only thing is that it does take batteries as well, and did not come with it. These are just your double-A batteries, and it takes 3 of them. Again, 4.5 volts, which means a rechargeable battery pack can be mounted to this. And because this hangs like that, and I can, you know, turn it and face whatever way, that's extra lighting. That means a rechargeable battery pack can be simply just kind of glued or Velcro to the bottom and just run wires. I mean, this is not complicated power systems here. Not just 4.5 volts. Take it apart, run some wires, connect everything together, and you have a rechargeable fan. So that can be done for next year. I have to get batteries for this. But this would be kind of cool. Fan, cool. Laugh now, they don't get any better. But it'll be useful, and because it's angleable, you can choose whichever direction you want to put it in. That's gonna be really handy for keeping things cool and air moving around. That's gonna be fun. Okay, there's that. Well, we'll go to the other one, which really hard to just show, but anyways. So going through some thrift stores, and I saw this hanging holder. You go, well, that's kind of neat. And it's actually a metal bar across, so it hangs off the side. But I get metal connectors. I'm going, that's really sturdy stuff. And it's a case logic. So you'll see that for, like, you know, phone cases and laptop cases. And then there's a bit of a Velcro on the bottom, so you can stick it somewhere. But it looks like it was designed to kind of help hold, like, windshield washer fluid and liquid and stuff, because there's actually a hole in the bottom. So if anything leaks out, it drains, but not that, you know, this won't leak out either. I was at a thrift store. $4. This is $4. It was actually on sale. Got this for $2. It's like, you know what? That's a pretty good score. For $2, I'll take it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll hang it off to the side here. I don't know yet. But I gotta get some good way to mount it up there so that it stays nice and out of the way. I might decide to do a permanent cover on my driver's side window, where I've seen these Molly panels, and they're mounted in there, and then just stick it up on top of one of those, and then it hangs there. It doesn't have to ever move. Which I have to decide if I really want to do that, because I just realized that the back seats, which lay flat and fold off to the side, are easily removable. But that means I lose a tiny bit of storage from the back of the back seat. It has one of those crisscross, and I redid the stringing on the back with some elastic polypropylene or rubberized string. And in orange, so again, matches the color of the vehicle. So that's kind of cool. So we'll have to see if I decide to do that. I mean, if I do, I do. Not the end of the world. Alright, let's... So I think I will go with... let's go with this one next. We got a bunch of little shit. Quite a bit of money today. anchor clip set. Again, this was like $4 or something goofy like that. Oh, it comes in a bag. Oh, that's interesting. So I guess this is meant to, you can hang up multiple times, take down, and take with you. So some red rope. Not the stretchy type, it's just the rope. You've got just a simple bag or open mesh face front. And these are your clips. So it hangs on the rope, and then you've got, open it up, hangs down, and so whatever's hanging on there. It's like, oh, I don't know, a light. And it's not going to go anywhere. And then the red rope, which is go behind it. So I'll run this down here, so I will have lights. Now you can, undo it that way, or I mean, this has got an open face, so I mean, this is just easy to punch in and hang up. Now, does that? Oh, it is actually slightly curved. I noticed that. So it is slightly curved. You kind of keep it out away from the rope a little. Interesting. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those clips. That's kind of neat. And of course the rope. And I've got tighteners. So this will actually have a good, I don't know where I put the box. Apparently I just got rid of the box because the box had a graphic on it and which would show how they work. Wow. Amazing how stuff just disappears in such a small vehicle. Oh, there it is. Found it. So you can kind of see from there how they hang. From the back, it gives you a little bit of instructions on how the rope tightener works. That's there. Well, not quite focusing in on, but that's the rope tightener. So you put it through, and you have a little knot on one end, and then just kind of goes around the rope, and you just get tightened and just tension holds it in there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna run the rope on the inside here, and then hang stuff from it. Now I'm also thinking though, with these, I might just use some Velcro because unless I'm taking it down every time I move, I might just hang it and the Velcro just so it stays there. And the Velcro just kind of pop off, and then I can move them because then it becomes like a mini torch you can walk around. Not like bright, but enough for walking around with. So I think that's likely what I'm going to be doing. Handy little package. And if you're somewhere you want to move this, you can just take this outside and do the same thing. Hang between trees or tents or whatever the case may be. So that's actually kind of cool. And now I've got generic straps. I was hoping to find these in black. I got them in blue. Eventually I'll get them in black, but for now it's blue. And they're like $4. I got 4 of them. They're $4 a piece. Now, why have you got these generic straps, Don? Glad you asked. Let me just get my handy dandy Gerber tool out of the way. Because I'm going to do something that I've been wanting to do, help with storage inside of here. So I have this. This is technically a cargo net that goes to the tailgate of a vehicle. So it's stretched out, and you would have these little plastic pieces, kind of like buttons. You screw into the plastic with a metal screw, and then you put this over top of it, and it would connect onto it. And this actually, stretches a little bit that way, so that then you've got this mounted in the back of the vehicle. But it really won't work for this setup, just because of my split tailgate on the back. The tailgate's too short to mount this to, and I don't really want to dig into the plastic. But now you're seeing straps. Now I'm going to do something even crazier than it's just not going to be a tailgate. It's going to be overhead storage. Ta-da! So I will mount them one to here, one to back, one there, and one there, so that I can store things inside of here. There's a pretty good amount of storage in there, and I'm likely going to be storing just my my window covers, so they're up out of the way, and I have more space down below. So that's the plan. Oh, some really tough deposits. Time for the multi-tool. This thing is incredibly handy. I've had that for a long time. If you ever want a multi-tool, again, not sponsored, get a Gerber, because there are warranties. There are lifetime warranties. My dad bought me one 1 year for Christmas, and it's got all kinds of tools on it. You know, you got your wire cutters, your pliers, your screwdriver, bottle opener, you know, scissors. And hey Gerber, if you happen to see this, talk to me. We'll, you know, talk about some sponsorship deals, right? But so I used it. I mean, it's really handy. And then when I was in South Korea, things started, you know, wearing out. Like there was a this isn't exactly the same one, but very close. There's a tiny screwdriver, and that tip kind of broke on me, and then the spring for those scissors and the other ones, I broke it, so it was kind of wearing out. So I reached out to him when I found out. It's like, hey, you guys have a lifetime warranty? Yeah. So here's where I'm at. He said, okay, well, we'll send you out a new one. I went, what? So I said, okay, but I'm in South Korea at the moment. Oh, that's fine, no problem. They sent me out a new one. This is the replacement. They said as long as they could still get the serial number off the old one, and they did. This one's going to be a little harder to get the serial number off of, but it is there. It's etched in on the side there, and readable if you try really hard. Oh, there you go. So it's worthwhile spending just a couple of bucks more for tools that's going to last. And when did I do that? 2010, 2011, probably around 2012, I think. That's 12 years ago. And it's still working fine now. But if you're going to do something like that, you want to go with a good quality name company. You can try and get the cheap ones all you want, by all means. You know, do what you need to do. But just be aware that if you want it to last, oh, these are really long. If you want it to last and you want a good warranty, and you have one for the rest of your life, literally, for something, for something like this, it's worth spending the extra $30, $40. I think these are about $90 maybe now. I don't know. It's worth getting a good quality one, and with a company that stands behind the name and has been around for a long time. So, 6-foot handy strap, not load rated, made in China, like everything else. Even our Prime Minister. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh my god. Let's see. Ericsson Manufacturing Limited, piece number. Failure to comply with warning may result in the down failure, personal injury, or death. Use of this product demonstrates an understanding of this warning and the involved. Whatever the involved is. Do not use if signs of abrasion, cuts, tears, okay, blah, blah, blah. Hardware must be pulled in straight line for strength, or strength will be reduced. Yes. Refer to federal, state, provincial, industry, or local regulations for proper tie-down methods. Obviously, for if you're tying something down to the roof of your vehicle. Now, this is just going to be used interior just to hold this up. Anything else funny? American manufacturing does not assume responsibility or damage or injury caused by misuse, abuse, alteration, or unsuitability as to application or load-bearing strength. That's just like, it's yours, we're done, there's no warranty, we don't care, if something breaks, that's on you. It's all your fault. That's what everybody does now. It's everybody else's fault and everything. This product is intended to use for cargo control purposes only, and it's all in caps. Any other use thereof is at owner's risk. Well, this is a cargo net, so not just my risk anymore, right? That's kind of funny. Okay, so I'm gonna string this up. That's gonna be fun here. Okay, so I know we're gonna go through here. Just have to figure out what's gonna be the best way. That's why I really want this in black. Gray would also have been acceptable, but they didn't have it, so. We'll see how well we can do this. Essentially just like that. Wonder if I can see how well just not this. I'm just gonna be really tight. I'm gonna have a long piece left over. Alright, now there's one. And it's not the one I wanted. Well, you know what, maybe. Do I want it facing forward or facing backward? That's the question of the day. The opening, when I put things in, I think facing backward would be better. But forward may be more convenient. Yeah, I think we'll keep with the facing forward. Like, that's okay. So it's a happy accident. Happy little accidents. Coffee o'clock again, I'm thinking. Nice warm coffee on a nice cold day. Yeah, that should hold back there just fine. For those who still are sticking around, because it says 0, but it also said 0 before when people were chatting. Where y'all from? Y'all. I said y'all, didn't I? Hey, free elastic bands! I'm surprised to say tag warranty void if removed. What's the anything useful on the back? Warning 2020. Oh, actually said warning on it. Back is in French? Yep, it's in French. So. Okay. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just do the other side? Okay, so you're there. Okay, you're on that side. Ooh, half the fun. Okay. Put you up there. How did I have this going? I could pull it in this way. This is going the other way. So I want this reversed. So, can do a little bit of the boring part, but this is how it is. I'm just putting stuff together and trying to have a decent little setup. Nope, not go this way. I want this to come back. There we go. So pull towards the inside. Tighten. Then you have to balance these out. So there's roughly in the middle. Like I said, we're not too worried about load bearing on this because there's not going to be any real load on this. This is just to hold it up in place. Maybe we'll have to put those on the bottom. I mean, when I talk about bottom, it's like where the buckle sits on top or the bottom. Alright, now I have to get in front of this. Maybe there, maybe there. Even this stuff is somewhat temporary because I got another idea I have in here. Maybe next year. Well, next year's the plan to do some more other cool stuff. Okay. This is going to be, well, it could be in the way. This does hang down a bit. I might have to do something about, because I don't want this, I really don't want to be interfering with my view, even though it's above and I'll be able to see still straight back, but a little bit of Velcro would even do that too. But man, I got so much of this left over. So let's see. This might still have to go back a little bit because the back pieces still have to be hooked up, and I put this in them because it's only about this long, but the space between them, is this long. So I might have to. Right now, it's right up near the front. I might be able to shift it near the back. So yeah, this is the kind of the slightly boring part. But I got something else cool to show off. So once this is done, then I'll get into that. Huh. Lost elastic. Oh no. Lost 2 elastics. Oh. It's not like I don't have extras. Okay, so there's one for that side. Put this on some pretty heavy duty plastic. Like this plastic is pretty thick. Given how cheap everybody is, I'm surprised they're using this thick of plastic. It's not light duty stuff. For like a $4 strap. Yeah. Alright, so that means I'm likely taking you with me because I'll have to go back out, have to go to the back to do the rest of this. So, and then we'll see how that goes. Because once it's back, she's gonna be tightened up. Gonna be tightened up pretty good. But if I just because I grabbed it from there, or from here, oh, this might not be. I have an idea. I could actually weave this through. Oh. If I do one on either side, it might naturally just be a closed thing. Oh, look at me thinking. And then I can do that for the bottom too. So I have the strap going through. Is the strap long enough? I don't know, because this would only go down to 3 feet, which is clearly not long enough. If I had a 12-foot thing, then I'd definitely have room to go across and back again. But I just need to go across into the other one. But then those wouldn't be held against it. They would just slide back and forth. Yeah, the idea is there. I'll have to see, because once that's like that, well, this doesn't stretch out. That's kind of the problem. It's just going straight to the back and hang down loose. See, this is not obviously not designed for this. So, yeah, I could use part of the net itself and not the anchor point. And it doesn't have to be height. It doesn't have to be, strong. It doesn't be, really tight. It just has to hold up the net. That might be the best way to do it, because I need this other way. Eventually, I'll replace this with probably a better, proper cargo net, but this was free, so I might as well make use of what I got. That's the plan. Okay, I think that's the plan. Then I can hang up the lights. Okay, so we'll just tighten up from there. Somehow maybe incorporate just holding up the edge, because the edge... Let me show you guys. So if I put the strap going through that part and then pull that tight, then it doesn't hang down as much. That edge still does. I might be able to incorporate something with that, but that's the thought anyways. So, okay. That means I'm taking you guys with me, because I gotta go outside where it's cold and get at the rest of this from the back. And once that's done, then we get on to the next coolest thing. Actually, right at the back, I'll show you the other cool stuff too, but... Okay. Alright. Let's go to the back. Okay. Now let's see how well this will just hold up for now. So I've got to grab that and do that. Okay. Is there a way that I can somehow incorporate this piece as well? Actually, that's not too bad. If I do it like that, that's gonna be good here. So it kind of holds it up out of the way. Not too shabby. Get the job done. And that's kind of the point, right? But I keep some tension, because it's just a hook as an open-end hook. So we'll keep the tension on here, and we use the baby seat hooks, because I'm never going to have a baby seat in this vehicle. Worst case scenario, we'll just undo some straps if I do. But I won't need these. We're trying to do this and you can't really see what you're doing. That's the fun part. Okay, that's right. You're doing this all by feel. And, oh, there we go. Okay. There. And go back up through here. I won't do that too tight, because I do have to do the other side now. The other side's going to be a little more difficult because I have that hanging out there. That was part of my hammock system idea. So I need to work on that concept. Okay. You that way. Now, I don't know that I can actually... It's going to be a little more challenging. Oh no, it's not kept straight. I will void my warranty. They're no longer responsible for any damages that may occur. Where are you going? The hook system back here is a little awkward. Oh, okay. I want to go this other way anyway, so it's a good thing. I want this buckle on the bottom side. And this will have to go up and towards the back. So if it comes down, it'll be a little easier. Chilly out. Oh, this is fun. Okay, maybe not worry about holding that end. There's just not enough room to do what you really want to do back here, but you make do, man. You make do. Oh, yeah. Yes, there we go. Okay. I can get away with doing this way. Nope, you go up there. That way first. And then come down this way. Go through. And then I get onto that hook. We're getting there. We're getting there. Just awkward angle to do this up. That's tight. There you go. Storage. I'll have to see about how I tie this up, by the way, because I really want to cut it. Wrap it around, actually. Let's see how much that might annoy me while driving, just having these little blue things, flaps hanging down. Versus the convenience of freeing up space in the back of my vehicle. Pardon me. That's not too bad. Holds up there nicely. That's not gonna fall down. The point of this is to store those. So we'll do it up there, and we'll do this from inside. One salty Honda element. Let's turn you around. This would be so much nicer in the summertime, but time and money. Okay. Cool. Light still works. Okay. See how my big brain idea works now. So I've got, these are all my Reflectix, custom made Reflectix. And I gotta put the Velcro on the inside. I was able to definitely catch on that material. And then we'll be able to put it in. And it'd be a pain in the ass because it keeps catching everything. So that way, there's less chance of it. The other panels might catch, or at least the big one on the outside one won't. Well, the idea is nice, but this really is short because that's sticking down too much. Oh, that's interesting. This is actually long enough to reach. Too much weight up front. These are only, you know, maybe a foot deep, and these are 2 feet long, but then I noticed this to help carry some of the weight. This is all Mickey Mouse. Oh hell, man. I'll look at buying a real cargo net. I'll price one out and do some measurements to find out what's really going to fit in there. It's getting chilly. Oh, 9 degrees. Almost feel like doing the run the heater, but it would be almost pointless. I'm not going to be that much later here, but it is cold. Coffee's hot. The coffee cup on the outside is cold because it's all metal. Well, let's go. Let's try. Because I found that, because that might give me a bit of extra forward strength. So I've got to just need to hold it up. That's the whole point of when you're doing car lifing, van lifing, camping stuff. How creative can you be? I mean, not everyone's got, you know, $200,000 to go buy a fully decked out sprinter. You have all the storage and all the setup that you need. This needs to be more. Okay. Now I have more of this side too. So why'd I do that again? To give it just an added bit of strength for holding it up. There we go. Almost goes back away. Yeah, this really isn't long enough. I will hold it out of the way, but it still comes down quite a bit. This is going to really impact, like I really need this to go up there. So, yeah, this net, the net's an awkward shape. It's too wide, so I can't tighten it up. Yeah, too wide. I can't tighten it up. But I still have other ideas. Not for the net, which means I just end up likely selling this net. A for effort, but all is not lost. Yep, awkward when you're in small spots. Oh, come on. How are you? Suddenly you were doing good. There you go. There we go. Now, the idea is right, but then the material is just too awkward to work with. So, not the end of the world. But I think the straps will still be useful. But I think the straps I can do in an X pattern. I'll have to see. Now, that with that going with an X pattern, then I can make the straps nice and tight. And then it won't be a real problem. So then they could be striped, and then I'll have the storage up here above it. Now you'll see. Let's just get them undone first. Oh, I shouldn't have undone it from the back part. Because I wanted them still to go through there, because that was a pain in the ass to get through. Well, I'll leave that one at least. It's one less to do. Okay, so cargo net really isn't usable in here. It needs to be in a vehicle. This was from a 2000 GMC Jimmy. Neat idea, but just not neat for this vehicle. Oh, X pattern. I will need to use both to get one, just because they're 6 feet, but this is more. But the idea is, well, let me just. If I do that way, you can see how much. Oh, it's gonna come down to here, so there'll be that much space. That's okay, because I have extras. Let's see, undoing these two was actually not such a bad idea. So, not just to join them all together. Go this way, and this way. I can adjust these straps afterwards, see how much I need. Slack either way. Oh, this one's going underneath, so this needs to go the other way. Okay, so you can come this way, then go in that way. Okay, let's see. Whatever. No, I will have to do the other way. Sometimes logically figuring this stuff out is the fun part. There's got to be a good way to do this so that it actually lines up. As right now, look, the buckles are going to go right to the edges, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless I can do it this way. There you go. Give this some slack so that it can go that way. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So you got the one that way. And there's one going the other way too. Go. And we'll just straps to have the least amount of interference, of course. Now, if I'm lucky, I can do this and get it through that loop without having to go outside again. There's some hole up there. It just kind of goes up and into the roof, and then it just kind of disappears. Don't go up into the roof. Seek the light. Go into the dark hole of the roof and I can kind of grab it, but I can't. It's like literally right at the edge. Ouch. Of this, and it's just not enough room to grab the fucker. Come on. The hell? Seriously, man. Right there, you're right there. That was a pain. Okay, so you there. And you come back this way. We're getting there. Nope, I think we're just about there. How effective this will be, well, we'll see. So that's the plan. Let me turn on this rear light. Will that help? I don't know if that one necessarily helps. Not really too bright. This one. So that's the X pattern. Of course, the trick is, does this go up there and stay up there? I'm not catching every little thing. It goes up there. Looks like it actually might stay up there. All right, now just to kind of deal with loose straps. Well, since I'm not taking these down very often, I'm less worried about them being overly tied up. So it's not such a big deal for me. Those are just out of the way. Not having some random thing flop around in my rearview mirror. It makes me kind of look like, hey, what's going on back there? And then realize it's just, you know, just the straps being straps. It just started undoing itself. Okay. Let's try that. Alright, those are out of the way. Stupid tag, which I'll probably end up just cutting off because I'm not using it for cargo. I avoided my warranty. Actually, that's not entirely true. It is holding something out of the way, so it's just not the cargo net anymore. Let's see how long these last. Just kind of wrapped up around themselves, and this might not be hold so well if you're driving with the windows down, with the wind blowing and moving the stuff all over the place. But for now, this will do the job and free up a bit of space in the back at the same time, which was the goal. Give me some space. Make use of what I got. That's one thing I have heard for sure. Space is key. That's gonna undo if I do that. So let's try this. Yeah, tied up in there. Alright, that doesn't stick down all that much, so I don't have to be concerned. I call that a success. Obviously these can't really stay. And it's getting dark out again, and of course colder. I need the Velcro for those lights for them to stay up on a regular basis. Although, you know, I could use the red. I don't really want to buy more. I mean, buy more. I was thinking the orange, because, you know, that would look well. But I'll just do the red for now. I've got it. I use it. Yes. Pardon me. There it is. It goes in this way. Melt it in, melt it in. So these are just going to be tied up like your regular tent pegs, and how they kind of knot up and adjust the tension on your tent pegs. Tent guidelines. That's the word I wanted. There we go. So when this goes around something, like for example, put on the finger, you just kind of do this and this, and that will do your tension, because that's not coming off. That's what I'm going to do here. Here, here, and you that way. Actually, okay, that works, but I think I will have to thread this so that it goes around, and then whatever's left over, then I can put the other end on, the other guideline, tie, whatever you want to call it. So, and now we're at the mess. What? The light? Light show? There you go, I got some lights. Put that on there, but I think I'll have to undo this But that won't go through the top where the blue shops went through. Which is fine, not the end of the world, not a big deal. And there are those clouds looking like mountains again. Clouds on the far off end, I thought they looked like mountains. I'll show you what I mean. So, that just looks like we're in mountains. That looks like where's my finger? There it is. Like a mountain top. For years, I always thought that. When I was younger, I thought that was kind of cool. They look like mountains. Then when I moved to South Korea and lived there, they were actually mountains. I'm going, this is just what I was thinking. So, kind of interesting. Let's get this going here. And again, you need to kind of come up and down. It, behave nicely. Or not. It's amazing how hard this is. You need one of those round fish hook things. Those round needles. And you're curving on corners. Almost. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay. That's going to be the fun part, of course. Luckily, I have patience to deal with this kind of crap. Sorting it out and fixing it. Kind of soothing, actually. Mom used to give me her multiple necklaces. I don't think she does anymore, but a different chains. It'd all be tangled up. And of course, it's gold. So, I mean, she asked me to undo them. So I would just sit there and undo them, just kind of like this, and slowly, get them unknotted and untangled and everything fixed. Yeah, most of the time it wasn't all that hard. You just patience, follow them all the way through and realize where they're getting bound up and caught up and stuff. So it's like this. I mean, see, it's mostly undone as it is now. And sometimes they're simply just being twisted. Yeah, there, it's undone. All right. To 10 degrees, well, because I'm back in here, so it's warmed up a little. Now, I'll get you through this other one. Now I can do this at the extremes. I'll be doing okay. I think I'll have to try some use a tool just because I need to get up there and pinch and grab, but there's not enough room for fingers. But there's room for pliers. can't really see. I'm stretching. Aha! Victory is mine! Now I can put this on and do the knot and tighten it up on both ends. There we go. And I don't do anything fancy for a knot. It's just, you know, it's typical double loop. Okay, now you come this way. There we go. Thread it right, I'll be doing good. Alright, you're there. Alright, one end done. Oh, there's the other guy. Number 2. Now see, I'm the type where I don't really want to cut this. I want enough to go back around again. Because I want to be able to still make use of this. I don't want to be overly customized. I mean, I could. Really wouldn't be the end of the world. But you know, if I don't have to, and then I have stuff to use elsewhere. Oh, they do give you a lot, which is nice. All that means, oh, neat. I mean, which is fine. I get double the rope for hanging stuff, so a little bit extra strength. I don't have to cut anything. I think I got more than enough to even go back again. Okay, well, let's do that. So I'm not wasting stuff and cutting things off and then realizing I need something longer. You know, crap. It helps a lot when the end is bent, so it feeds through naturally. I can grab it the other way easier. This is the fun part. Because I can't quite see, tools it is. There we go. Holy crap, is it so long? I swear to God, I can go back. I can back around again. Such a length of rope, man. I don't think I will go back again, though. Just because I think I will just tie it up out of the way. Why are you not? There you go. Yeah, and I don't really want to cut it. Not yet. Maybe later, but not yet. Which means, in order to tighten this up, I mean, it's, you know, tight. I have to figure out how to tie this up. To tighten it up, it needs to go like that on there and wrap around. I know you can't see, but I need a knot, which I could put a knot in this thing and then just tie this out of the way for now. But a double line up there gives it more strength for whatever that's going to be holding, which is good enough for me. Okay, so to do that, I need a knot there. So I shall make a knot. Okay, you go like that, and then you go like that. I still have, I mean, like 6-8 feet left over. I've gone back and forth twice. Well, they're certainly not short, skimpy on this, which is surprising. Again, this was like $3. So I'm impressed at how much you get. But it was in a surplus area, so this is something that they were just getting rid of. Like, well, they picked up from somebody else who was getting rid of it, obviously. But there we go. And I can tuck that up there or there. That's fine. I think we got a party going here. Let's see. Yeah. Wow, it's bright enough on its own. Oh, apparently I disconnected that one. Okay. Into there. Oh, that's a bright. Now let's get us into this. That was the bright. Let's go going, man. Oh, that's funny. All right. Okay, so I won't leave them in there for now. I'll put them in my handy dandy controller. So I bought this box. And Initially, I bought this box for some other reason. But for now, they're going to hold the light bulbs. Because why not? I bought the box to hold some adapter plugs. The box is being handy, so I might as well put the clamps up in there. Because those bulbs had those own hooks, so I didn't need to use the clamps. I can use the clamps for something else. Keep the elastics in there, because why not? So let's have 4. I got 2, and there you go. Okay. Last cool thing to show. And I'll go home and get some supper. Battery. Oh, we zoomed in. Battery. Bought this 640 watts. It has a basic BMS on here. Battery management system. So it has, look at this one here. Type C. This is a PD 45. So this will do up to 45 watts. Which is cool enough. Yeah. Try to line up that rubber. There we go. And then it's got a DC, just a regular 5.5 millimeter. So anything plugged up. So I was going to try and find, and I'll go on Amazon tonight, find some 5.5 adapters to other things, like for solar or whatnot, just so I can get some charging in. And then you've got your, obviously, your positive, negative stuff. So I'll see what I can do with this. That's going to be kind of cool. Oh, and then why not? We'll get into, that is a 10-pound propane tank. And that goes with the Pullman here, which is a little buried at the moment because of stuff. Oh look, another elastic. Just move you out of the way. Move my laptop bag out of the way. So you don't have all the room. And that's what the Coleman stove. It's a 2-burner stove. I'll do a proper setup afterwards so everyone can see. And that bag is my heater, but I've done a heater on another live stream. So anyways, well, that's gonna be it for tonight. I think I'm done. It's cold, I'm chilly, and we'll give this a drive to see what it really looks like, see if it really bothers me. I don't think it is. It's up high enough, so right, I'm kind of happy how that turned out. So anyways, whoever stopped by, thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you want to see some other ramblings. I do have a bunch of other videos, but an hour and a half, yeah, that's a long one. Anyways, later all.